not add my name in something that I do not agree with. So for those that don't know and ain't read this, they added my name to get a card. I do not want a credit card. I do not deal with money. I don't deal with anything.
So we have the footage of the meeting, guys, and I think you will find out and be able to judge for yourself if you think her behavior is an anomaly based on her being a gimme girl. And all of a sudden now it's like, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. So stick around, guys. You're going to find this very interesting. So here's what's going on, guys. The trustees for Thornton Township recently recommended an issuance of a credit card for Supervisor Henyard, a routine procedure that usually passes without any fanfare. Yet, in an unprecedented move, Supervisor Henyard rejected the notion of receiving a corporate credit card, if you will, outright. She just outright rejected the idea. And here's what I think. Supervisor Henyard's rejection of the corporate credit card from the board is a move that defies everything we've seen from her in the past. And we all know that she's known for her extravagant spending habits and a history of pushing financial boundaries. So what's up with her sudden rejection of this credit card? You know, the opportunity to break the bank again. And what's up with the panic? Now, I'll show more of what she said, but here's what I think. This unexpected decision isn't just a change of heart. It's a sign that the walls are closing in on her, and she's aware that this could be a trap, y'all, and an elaborate scheme designed to catch her in an even bigger scandal. Now, because the truth is that neither Thornton Township or the village of Dalton wants her to have access, open credit and open spending opportunity, by way of a credit card without expecting that there's going to be a deficit, i.e. in the red. So here's an analogy for you guys, one that comes to mind. Like, imagine a little girl named Tiffany who has been secretly taking lollipops from the big candy jar for a very long time. Now, she loves lollipops and always grabs as many as she can, even when she knows she's not supposed to. Whenever someone offers her a lollipop, not only does she take it without thinking twice, because of course she can't resist, right? She takes even more when no one's looking. So one day when she's been caught, busted from taking too many lollipops, and the evidence, piles of lollipop wrappers have been preserved as evidence against her, something strange happens. Someone offers her yet another lollipop, and this time it's all above board. But instead of grabbing it like she always does, she vehemently says, "No, I don't want it." Now watch her as she completely flips her lid on the subject of receiving a credit card. It makes absolutely no sense, but take a listen and tell us what you think.
And you tell me you're going to have a why. You ain't got a why for why you're voting to give me a card and I'm telling you I don't want it. How you put me in a law and I'm telling you I don't want to be part of any of that. We have narratives here to do it. I would like to know the answer, trustee. Because I don't think that's fair to me. I don't think you guys are being understanding for this. I just don't. And I think we should do better. I think you guys have the opportunity to change it, to fix it. I think you have the opportunity to add a manager in it, as it should be with any organization. I think you guys should amend what you guys are trying to do currently right now. So what are we going to do? Y'all going to amend it? Are y'all going to amend it?
I think Trustee Gonzalez made a motion to vote the ordinance as read. And I second the motion. Can we end debate and call the roll?
No, we're still in debate because it's got to do with my name. It's got to do with my name. So it's still in discussion. So it got to do with my name. If y'all don't want to say that, don't say that. So, Carmen, why do you have my name on this ordinance? Chris, why is my name on this ordinance? Why?
So guys, here's the kicker. Deep down, Tiffany's not saying no because she doesn't want the lollipops. She's saying no because she knows that she's already in trouble for taking too many to start with. And now, of course, she's trying to act like a good kid and doesn't need any more lollipops. Why? Because, well, they'll give you cavities, right? So, guys, hopefully that wasn't lost upon you. And here's the point of the analogy and the real life events unfolding right before our eyes. Supervisor Henyard has been overspending and abusing financials for years, spending money whenever she wanted, just like little Tiffany, who always took more lollipops than she was entitled to. But now that the feds have ripped through her poorly kept financials and former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot has dropped the mic, not to mention that her once loyal allies have dwindled. So she suddenly decides to reject the credit card, pretending that it's a matter of policy and wants nothing to do with having access to the credit card, and now wants to be conscientious and compliant. And for the record, guys, everything I say here today is alleged and for commentary and critique, and it's my personal assessment of the situation. Now, don't let Tiffany's hard exterior fool you. She's running scared. I think she knows it's curtains, right? The gig is up. She is in trouble. She has had an epiphany, and her attorney have to have told her, right, that she's going to do some prison time. It's probably a matter of how much he can mitigate that time and, make that maybe 3 to 5 as opposed to 5 to 10. And remember, mayors, supervisors, other politicians, executives even, they've gone to prison for far less than what she's being accused of. So I think that the handwriting is very boldly written on the wall, and she knows she's in trouble. So this avoidance of having access to even more spending, by way of this credit card, she knows what she's doing. And I believe she knows that in her mind, at least, and in her attorney's mind, is simply a trap, right? And there's an old saying that money is a magnifier, and you can always determine the caliber of person that you're dealing with based on how that person interacts with money. So in essence, money is a magnifier. It illuminates character flaws that were already there. It actually exposes those frailties and propensities to abuse something that belongs to someone else. So if you watch a person that is so loose with other people's money, if you pay close attention to how that person deals with other people's money, that's going to be a telltale sign to you that that person is not a leader and they probably have something to hide. So we know this is all a ploy to avoid getting into another trap. That's my opinion on it. And of course, everything we say here today is all alleged and for commentary and critique.
Operation. You have to understand how they operate daily in their needs, not just making laws and then now it does not work. Now how you accept, you made a rule, a law that they can't abide by because their operation needs more than what you wrote as a law. So talk to the staff. I think you should go back to the drawing board or adjust what being right here, right now, or go back to the drawing board. One of the two you should do. But do not, please remove me from this. I'm not for that ordinance. So y'all want to make an amendment?
Motion to approve ordinance 24-006 as...
Okay, well, I'll motion to amend that, take supervisor off like I just said. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all way. I'm adding in this laws because I don't want a credit card. So I'm making a motion. That we amend this ordinance as it relates to a supervisor having anything to do with credit card. Is there a second for my motion?
I have something to say based on
Okay, wait a minute, hold on, let me amend this first.
No, it's discussion for the first motion.
Well, I'm trumping the motion first, so I can trump the motion. Do I have a second? Okay, it's a motion and a second to trump their motion. So you got it, it's myself and Darlene. Y'all got me all the way on that. So now what you got to say? Now discussion. Remove supervisor. Now go ahead.
Okay, so they did request that there be an additional card because the original ordinance did only have the finance director, Robert Hunt, listed. And according to my knowledge, I know the previous administration for 29 years only had one credit card, and they were able to successfully handle township business with that one credit card. And I know that there are a lot of things going on, a lot of spending, a lot of questions that sometimes don't get answered. But one thing I will say is I know the supervisor is bonded, so anything she does is protected under that bond. So I
This is crazy, guys. Okay, and not to make light of this, but did you hear what she said? We know that the mayor is bonded. So, in other words, if all of the lollipops come up missing, including a jar, and if there's any unauthorized spending on the credit card, then we know there's coverage for that. Now, it is customary that public officials and certain people in key positions as employees get bonded, right? That's customary. However, especially people that handle financials, but still that begs to question why her being bonded and the issuance of the credit card is even talked about in the same sentence. That's just my point, right? So I'm bonded for the job that I do for a living. And I would feel, some type of way if them giving me a credit card or issuing a corporate credit card is then mentioned in the same sentence as me being bonded. Okay. I don't know. It just seems a little shady to me. I think that they're setting her up. That's just my opinion. And I know that they know she can't resist spending, and she knows that she can't resist spending. This is why she's, rejecting the notion of getting another credit card or having access to another credit card, because she knows that her sticky little fingers will actually swipe, 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 and not for authorized purchases. That's just my opinion, guys. But let's listen a little bit more.
think that it is her responsibility to make sure she knows what's going on with the money. It's her responsibility to have a credit card again. The previous administration had one credit card for 29 years, and I think that, moving forward, we have to figure out some things. And again, like Trustee Gonzalez said, we're open to receiving any amendments via email, and we'll look at it and discuss it as a board and do what's best for township as a whole moving forward.
All right, so we crystal clear. The township did have a credit card, one credit card for 29 years. And y'all had a lot of theft going on here in township. So let's be crystal clear about that. So y'all just gonna make this a law? No, we're not. So we're gonna remove supervisor. You can replace that with a manager. I don't care who you pick really for the manager. It could have been Tony Ball right here. It could be anybody. But pick one person other than supervisor for the department head. And we should have had this discussion before. I'm tired of them getting up here saying, send y'all an email. I'm not sending you no emails. I told you this at the last meeting, and I'm verbally telling y'all again, don't add me in nothing, because I got nothing to do with the data that they as relates to their departments. They are responsible for their departments. They know what they need for their departments.
So y'all heard her. Don't issue me a credit card. My name is Bennett, and I ain't in it. That's basically what she's saying, guys. She's had an epiphany is what has happened. And I believe her attorney has brought her up on her awareness and the seriousness of the allegations pending against her, and that she is in hot water and will do some prison time. I believe that is what the source of this panic is. My opinion and alleged. So yeah, guys, thank you for joining me today as I give my commentary on Supervisor Henyard of Thornton Township. And we know she's also the mayor of the village of Dalton. Stay tuned for this developing story and for more commentary. And for other stories like these, don't forget to subscribe and like and I'll see you next time.